Hey YouTube gun people. So I wanted to give you an update on the YouTube gun community shoot. It is getting some traction. I can tell you that March 5th, Monday. March 5th, Monday, we have a IDPA practice. If you're interested in going, send me a message. I'll give you the info. It doesn't cost you anything. You just need your equipment, a good attitude, come and do some shooting. It's indoors, rain or shine, in the evening, well after work. But this one's going to be pretty cool because Mr. J.M. Fitch is a pretty popular YouTube guy. He's knows his stuff. He moved to Massachusetts and will be attending. And should be pretty fun. I'm excited to meet him. Looking forward to shooting with him. Doesn't have his equipment yet in Massachusetts, so he'll use my equipment. I think that's what the gun community is all about. Sharing, helping each other out. I think that's a good thing. People shooting 380s. I hate that. Yeah, good times. So the schedule's coming out. I'll do a separate video on the schedule. I'm thinking most likely the best month to do this community shoot will be June. I've had 3 people now interested in this that are local. Other people have expressed an interest. George from Cambridge. George, I forgot the numbers after your name. He came and shot the last practice 2 weeks ago. He did a marvelous job. Good shooter, knows his stuff. We're in a similar line of work too, so it's kind of funny. It goes to show you what what a small world it is, really. When you think about it. And so now we've had George. I've shot an IDPA match with Bones on Campus. Really good guy. I'm really looking forward to shooting with him more. And now Mr. J-Rock Fitch. I think this is pretty much the balls. It's going to be good. I'm running the practice, so I got some tricky stuff up my sleeve, and I think everybody will have fun. There'll be challenging stages and really enjoyable. I really like people to get involved in this. I think as a community, this is a real community activity. This isn't just sitting in your living room watching videos. This is actually going out and practicing your sport. And I am reloading because I plan on shooting a shitload tomorrow and then a shitload more on Monday evening. Good times. Good times. So what else is going on? Well, I can tell you that I went to a gun show today, a Massachusetts gun show, and people said it wasn't possible. It was all right overall. I had a good time. I went with my daughter and a good friend of mine, and we always have fun when we're together no matter what. So, but yeah, I guess my impression of the gun show is that there's like a disconnect. I thought gun shows were supposed to be good deals. You get good prices, and this one I was not seeing good prices. I think some of it was kind of taking advantage of the Massachusetts consumer, charging inordinate amounts of money for things that you can buy, or pretty much no difference in the price at your local gun shop, or even more expensive than online. But I guess that's the way it goes. I didn't see anything there that was particularly compelling. I don't think I would buy a gun at a gun show unless I knew the people behind the counter. Just because you don't know who you're buying from. If there's a problem, your recourse is pretty limited. You have to deal with the company. And I guess it's okay if you're buying a new firearm. But the new firearm prices were ridiculously expensive. They're like $100 to $200 over, you know, local gun store prices. You know, that'll take care of you if you have a problem. So, you know, kind of just got to sit there and wonder, what were they thinking? And it didn't look like there was heavy sales either. So overall, a little bit disappointing as far as the gun show goes. It was hosted by an excellent organization, the Shriners. So I hope that charity made a lot of money, because they do some remarkable work. I mean, these guys that run around in funny hats and little tiny clown cars and stuff raise a tremendous amount of money for to build hospitals. And these guys raise enough money to build a hospital, so they know how to fundraise. And their hospitals are for kids, sick kids. They run a lot of burn units and things like that. And the treatment, or the stay at the hospital for children, I think is pretty much free. So they finance that. I could be wrong, but it's heavily subsidized. So in any event, the fact that they raise enough money to build children's hospitals for burn victims I think that's pretty darn impressive. It really truly is. So here we are at the loading bench again. They make a ton of ammunition. We've been getting a lot of messages from people about reloading. You know, I'm happy to help you out as much as I possibly can, and at any time. However, you got to understand that ultimately, for your pistol and for what you're doing, you have to develop your own load. So I can kind of put you in a starting spot or recommend a place to go. You know, to get some information. But ultimately, you're going to have to tweak things yourself. It's a really fun hobby, and it's just it really does save a lot of money per round. But you know, you wind up shooting a hell of a lot more. I keep saying that, you know, because people think you're going to reload. It's free. It's not free. Components are expensive. So, you know, how do you deal with component prices? Well, the best thing you can do is to buy in bulk, because you're going to have to pay a hazmat fee for shipping, for instance. And so you got to buy in bulk. The best thing to do then is to get a bunch of your friends that are also into reloading to go in and place a big bulk order. And when it comes in, whoever places the order, divvy up the materials, and you'll save a lot of money. For instance, you'll split that hazmat fee between enough guys; it becomes pretty negligible, and then you can reap the benefits of buying in bulk. Components are getting expensive, particularly things like primers. I find the price of primers to be completely outrageous, considering what they are. And it's not uncommon to pay over $30 for a box of 1,000 primers. And 1,000 primers sounds like a lot, but it's not. You'll shoot 1,000 rounds when you start reloading, like nothing. Absolutely, like nothing. Back to the gun show. I didn't pick up anything of note. I picked up one item. Bought some awesome beef jerky. It was really good. Other than that, there was nothing really that made me sit up and take notice. There was a lot of World War II memorabilia. I'm not a collector. But what was interesting about it is that there was a tremendous amount of Nazi World War II items like badges, uniforms, all this stuff, you know, daggers. A shitload of daggers for some reason. And they weren't, I don't know if they were authentic. They were somewhere in the $300 to $500 price range a piece. They looked fairly authentic, but you know, they could be a fugazi. So I can't really tell you if that was a good price. The rest of it was pretty underwhelming. So this is obviously some kind of channel update. You've got to really, by the way, when you're reloading, you got to keep the primer station tends to get a lot of poop in it because the spent primers are really dirty. Get yourself a bottle of canned air, something like this, just to spray it out. You don't want to use your compressor because it's too much power. You blow the powder all over the place. It's in the next round, so you don't want to do that. And yeah, so that's about it. Gun updates. I think for right now I'm pretty well set for pistols unless I find something that is really kind of off the charts tempting. I think off the charts tempting for me right now in the realm of pistols would be a CZ SP01 Shadow. I'm looking for one of those intensely, so if I find one, but you know, not intensely enough that I'm really burning the midnight oil over it and spreading out my contacts. They are havable, but you know, tough in Massachusetts to get one that's mass legal. In other words, it meets the regulations for when it's in the state or how it gets transferred to an individual in the state. So that's one. But now, with the shooting season upon us, or rapidly approaching, I'm really interested in pursuing IDPA even more than I ever have. And that in and of itself is great. And what I'm interested in doing is starting to get involved in side gun matches. So basically, you'll have a stage where you'll shoot shotgun, AR-15. So you know, there's almost 100 rounds, and we're just bullshitting for 13 minutes, and I wasn't going particularly fast. We'll put another sleeve of primers in here. I'm sure you can't see what I'm doing, but you've seen me do this before, so you can refer to the previous video. 3 gun matches. I have an excellent AR-15. It's a Colt. I guess when you get right down to it, if I'm a fanboy of every firearm, it would be a fanboy of Colt. And not that they're quantitatively better than anything else. I just like them. So I have an AR-15. I have pistols coming out of my ears. I need a really good tactical shotgun. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on the tactical shotguns. Bizarre primer. Bizarre round. I don't know what happened there. Didn't deprime it. I'd like to hear your thoughts on tactical shotguns. I can tell you what I'm mostly interested in is the FN SP0, no, excuse me. It's the FN, SP Mark I. It's a 12 gauge auto-loading police shotgun. It's a beauty. It seems to do everything I want. It doesn't require the post-purchase work that some of the Benellis require. Benellis are really excellent, but most people haven't worked on to get them to really run well. So for 3-gun, the bane of everybody's existence is really the shotgun. Reloading them, making sure you can reload, and getting them to run well can be a little tricky. So the FN seems to do pretty well out of the box. There's also a Mossberg 950 that I believe is either on the market or will be on the market soon, and it's a Jerry Miculek version. So I think it's a real bargain. I haven't seen them around yet. If you know anything about them, let me know. Jerry Miculek's one of the best shooters in the world. His brother makes these bullets that I'm actually using, these Bayou bullets. This coated lead bullet that you can shoot through Glock or any other barrel. And you know, if anybody knows about shooting competition, it's Jerry. And he's got his name on this Mossberg, which makes it pretty tempting. My turkey shotgun's a Mossberg 835. It's a great shotgun. I mean, for short money. I never had a problem tipping over a turkey with it. Or I've used it for bird hunting too. And, it's a pump. It feeds reliably. It's got a big ass long barrel on it, and doesn't have the capacity you need for a tactical shotgun. You really want a nice tube to hold, 8 rounds or so. And I'm kind of tempted to look at the Mossberg offering. I can tell you a funny story about Mossberg. I once went, just for the hell of it, to the Mossberg factory, and it's located in Connecticut on a really nice piece of property. And we pull into the parking lot. There's a flock of like, I don't know, 40 turkeys, a lot of turkeys, and we were just laughing, thinking, boy, if these birds knew what was going on inside this factory, maybe they wouldn't be hanging out on the lawn. Alright, jumping around a little bit, but back to the shoot. I'm trying to get I Think You Really Suck to a 10. He's close, he'll do it. I have confidence in him. He's got maybe some worries about doing it for the first time, but I can tell you it's no problem. Let me also say something else about IDPA. IDPA, any place you go, it should be a welcoming, friendly environment, provided that you do your job and you're safe. Right? And so be honest about what your capabilities are. Now, if you're not comfortable drawing from a holster, I'm pretty sure you can talk to the range officer, and they'll let you start from the low ready position. You should bring a holster with you, but if you're not comfortable drawing, I'm pretty sure, particularly at a club match, you can work out something where you can start from the low ready. So your pistol loaded to division capacity, but down at a 45 pointing to the ground, 45-degree angle, and you can start from there. You're not going to be, your times are not going to be entered in the competition against people that have to draw, but who cares, right? You're just getting some practice with your gun in and having fun. And that's the cool thing about these shooting sports. You don't have to be in it to be the next Jerry Micklick or Robbie Latham. You should just be in it because you want to be the best shooter you can be, and get what you can get out of it to improve your shooting or to learn. I can tell you what, I've met some super nice people. In fact, everybody I met's been nice. The YouTube guys that I've met so far are fantastic. So that's a real positive testament to the YouTube gun community actually being pretty legit. Maybe at some level there is a bit of a community to a point at least. I think it's also been infiltrated by some serious weirdness. But that's a story for a different day. So, I'm looking forward to Monday. I really am. Whenever I go shooting or get ready to go shooting, like I'm doing now, I pretty much feel like I have rainbows coming out of my ass. I'm that happy. And, I highly recommend it. It'd be nice to get some of these big boys, YouTube big boys, to weigh in. I think that'd be pretty cool. It'd be fun to get Pete from the Armory channel in here. Now Pete, I said, Pete, get your ass to the shoot, and he said, no, they'd lead me away in cuffs. I'm not sure what that means. You have to ask Pete. And I think, maybe some other people that'd be fun too. I think Mike from the 1911 channel would be absolutely hilarious to shoot with. He just posted a really interesting video on his on a Colt that he had some problems with, sent it back, and Colt did the right thing. He too is a Colt fanboy and a person that can appreciate a cougar or MILF. Now the other people that I'm interested in, I would be interested in having come up here, are some of these heavy hitters from Florida. You know, the Delray Beach crowd? I think that's where it is. Is it Delray Beach? Yeah, it is. See? K&W Gunworks, Delray Beach. Yeah, I think they should come up, and I think they should bring their gunsmith. Chrome Freak. That's right, calling you guys out. Bring the Reverend. Everybody come up. Do some shooting in good old Massachusetts. I think it'll be a good time. That's all I got for you. I got about 500 rounds to load, so I'm going to get busy. See you later.